Hello, I'm Dr. Anamika Raghuvanshi. I'm a BNYS graduate. So the team of Analytical Minds wants me to answer a few questions about my whole journey of the BNYS graduation years, and it's going to be very nostalgic and I'm so excited about answering these questions. First, I would like to explain you how a typical day looks like for a BNYS student. The first thing we do is wake up at 5 a.m. and go for a yoga class. It's a 1-hour session, and sometimes we need to do yoga or stretching or dynamics, or sometimes we have duties for instructions. So we are taught everything. There's a certain protocol built for it and we are supposed to do it accordingly. The next thing is we can have a breakfast and we can go to college. The first half an hour is dedicated to meditation, where the entire college sits together and meditates. Then we proceed by going to our classes. We have 4 lectures in the morning and 4 lectures after lunch. And before we finish college, we need to go for a half-an-hour prayer session in which we are taught the Bhagavad Gita. After that, we are free to go to a hostel and we can take rest or study, like it's up to us. So that is how a day goes for a BNYS student. So the things that I told you, the morning yoga, the meditation and the prayer, these are compulsory things. This is not something that you might go if you want to. It's something that you have to go. There's attendance for it because it's very important for a profession. So that's why it is something very different from what other colleges or other courses teach you. The next thing is how the entire year, what all happens throughout the year in a naturopathy college. So I'll talk about my college in particular. My college had a number of events. Like every second month there was a grand event taking place and it was never getting boring. So we had Diwali, Holi, Eid, Christmas, and we had so many fests. There was Virasat, in which really good singers, like very good singers, used to come, and we had all band performances. Then we had Nodi City, that was to preserve the culture of Karnataka. We also had something known as Alvas Pragati, which was something to do with campus placement. Many good companies would come and the students would get placed. There were also small clubs like Rostrum and Nature's Club or your yoga club. We had all kinds of club, so you could join a club and do whatever you like to do. There were endless opportunities in sports, like curricular activities had a lot of scope in my college. Also academically, whatever you wanted to do, there was very good scope in that. The year would never get boring. If you just want to study, you could study. If you want to learn something else, you could do that too. So it was quite a jam-packed year for us, and it's quite interesting to study and then to be part of these cultural events. So you learn a lot through the process. So it was quite interesting. Now let's understand that as it is a 5.5-year course, so what changes in the 4 years? Personally, the first year is the most difficult for me, or was the most difficult for me, because it was 1.5-year thing, and it was so lengthy. The subjects were a bit lengthy and difficult because I had just passed 12th and I had gone to a medical college. The terms were very new. It was difficult to comprehend. It was difficult to understand how to write answers in your exams, how to score, or how to even understand what is going on. Anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, the foundation subjects for a medical degree, and it just doesn't enter in first reading. You need to do multiple readings, and it's all very new. It's all very dynamic, and it's not very easy to settle down in college and learn the subjects and do everything, go for a dissection. It's so new. So that was a little difficult in the first year. The second year gets very interesting and also easier because you're accustomed to the environment, and the subjects are also very interesting in second year. I personally loved forensic medicine, and in the third year we deviate to our own branch of naturopathy, because the first 2 years are somewhat similar to allopathy or other branches of medicine. The third year we are taught therapy that are given in naturopathy, like acupuncture, diet and nutrition, and it's very interesting and it's very important because that is what will define you as a naturopath. So third year is the basic foundation for your naturopathic degree. Then coming to fourth year, I feel it's a wrap up of all the years, and whatever you have been taught, you have to apply it in fourth year. There are 8 subjects in fourth year, and you have a very lengthy examination process because there will be like 8 exams and 8 vivas, and it takes a lot of time, around a month, to finish all of this. But it's also very interesting. And in the 5th year or the last year, there's internship, and my college gave me 12 internships. Every month was a new internship. It could be in a yoga place or a naturopathy setup, an allopathy hospital, homeopathy, ayurveda, any medical facility that they want to send you to. And also you will be given a choice sometimes, so you can choose whatever interests you the most, and you can learn a lot. By the end of the year in internship, you'll be very confident on how to manage patients and how to work in a hospital. So it's great. Now, I was the only North Indian in my college when I was in first year. After that, 2-3 more North Indians joined the college, but when I was in first year, I was the only North Indian, and it was not easy. Why? Because of the language, of course. They speak Kannada, they speak Malayalam, they speak Tamil, Telugu. Maybe there are students from other countries like Nepal, or the northeastern students, they speak Manipuri. It's a mixed crowd, but very few North Indians, like just a handful of North Indians. So if you speak Hindi, and if you want someone to speak Hindi with you, it gets a little difficult. And the food is the second most important factor, because as a typical North Indian, I was used to eating rotis, parathas, and there it was only rice, sambar and rasam and stuff like that. But the people are very accommodating. I had no issues, because I would get food from my friends. Like, they would go home and get food from me whenever they went home, and one friend got me food every day of my college. So personally, I was very lucky to be in that place where I made such good friends, and I had no issues with the food or the language, because they were very sweet to me. It's a culture shock in the beginning, but as you realize that there's so much to learn from the southern part of India, and how people are different, and how are they similar to you, and how people function there, what are they thinking, what are their political views, what you don't understand in North India, and what perspective you have of South Indians. It completely changes. They're beautiful people, and it's very important sometimes to respect them for what they are, and not have those notions, because when someone lives only in the north, they think South India is like, they call it only Madras, or idli eating people, but it's very different, and it's much more than that. So that was a great experience for me. Also, if anybody wants to join a naturopathy college, Southern India is the best for it, as we already know. And if you're a North Indian and if you want to join a South Indian college, don't do it just for the experience. Do it because you like naturopathy and you're ready to study 5.5 years of your life at least. That is the minimum you'll do, because you'll do a higher education, or you will work somewhere as an intern for a few years or whatever. Like 5.5 years is the minimum time you have to give to your course, to your degree, and you should be ready for it. And you should be not thinking about the language, you should not be thinking about the food, you should just be thinking that, okay, I need to do this course because it's a beautiful course and I want to be a naturopathic doctor. Only then will you be able to adjust. I was very clear that yeah, I want to complete this course no matter what, I want to do well. So that's why the other issues, if few, did not bother me that much, and I tried to focus on my studies more. But the overall experience is very good, and you'll make a lot of friends from the south. That's an advantage, and you'll understand what is going on in the country much better than living in just one place, or living in a college where people around you are just from your state or your town or locality. So that way it was quite different and nice. So that's all the advice I can give you, and just wishing you all the best.